And there's two parts to Oprah Winfrey that I haven't really spoken about publicly. The other part with Oprah Winfrey is, yeah, you let me get thrown under the bus and you said nothing. The other part is you mess with my family. You mess with my mother, my father. She called me about my brother, right?
Mm-hmm. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
I know they're watching me right now, and they're mad at me.
I was, needless to say, devastated and really shaken to my core when I first heard this news. And I spoke to all the girls personally, and I encouraged all of them, any of them who had actually been harmed, to please come forward.
She's so freaking mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%?
100%.
I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
Did you ever find out who did it?
Yeah, I knew who did it shortly after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are now where?
Oh, the guy who actually shot me is dead.
Oprah Winfrey is allegedly feeling pressure right now because once again, someone linked to her has been exposed as a real-life industry villain. She had close ties with people like Epstein and Diddy, yet she insists she never knew about any dark behavior and claims she didn't even know Diddy's private parties existed. At first, many people believed her, but with recent events, public curiosity about her has grown stronger. Making things worse, several celebrities who say she treated them badly have now spoken out against her, and the names might surprise you. Even before these claims about Oprah harming careers surfaced, there were already rumors surrounding her, especially about the school she opened in South Africa in 2007. A dorm supervisor, Virginia Makopo, was charged with 13 serious offenses. Oprah traveled to South Africa to personally apologize and remove the school's leadership, but many people still believe that move was more about image control than accountability.
Oprah Winfrey has had a lot of controversy around her African school for girls, with huge conspiracy theories starting that these girls were going missing from Oprah's school. All of these theories started shortly after Oprah opened her school in 2007, and the matriarch of that school was charged with SA of 7 different girls. Oprah ended up offering a public apology to the parents and the children and citing her own SA incidents in this apology. But the matriarch would then be found not guilty of these crimes. But then it shocked the nation because shortly after this, Oprah's school was hit with another SA allegation. 7 students were suspended for harassing and fondling classmates. And a lot of people thought that this stemmed from the very first incident because why would these children be acting like this? And the rumors started swirling after this point because they just didn't understand how these things could happen so close to one another. And then boom, there was another investigation at Oprah's school after the body of a newborn was found in a girl's book bag.
You would think that with accusations like these, Oprah would try harder to stay out of controversy, but allegedly that wasn't the case. Instead, claims surfaced that she damaged the reputations of actors in the industry. One of the most talked about cases involves 50 Cent. At the time, he was rising in his career and wanted to clean up his image because many only saw him as a gangster despite his growing success. Back then, appearing on Oprah's show was considered a major opportunity. When the idea was presented, Oprah reportedly declined. Although the interview eventually happened, 50 Cent never let it go. He accused her of catering to white audiences and compared her to an Oreo, black on the outside but white on the inside. He said her audience wasn't for him and claimed she rejected everything his music represented. He admitted that he accepted the rivalry, saying conflict with her actually helped his career. His feud opened the door for others to share similar experiences. Ludacris also criticized Oprah, accusing her of using him as a scapegoat during his appearance promoting the movie Crash.
That she had made about, I was there for Crash, for the movie. Yeah. And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't necessarily felt like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music. Right. She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal, and when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
Right, was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it.
Wow.
Like, was just quiet and didn't
Are
say
you a yes
nothing.
man?
I did.
Monique later joined the conversation and had plenty to say about Oprah as well. Their conflict dates back to the movie Precious, which Oprah and Tyler Perry produced, and Monique starred in. According to Monique, she was paid only $50,000 and never signed an agreement requiring her to promote the film. After the movie's release, however, Oprah and Tyler reportedly expected her to travel and promote it worldwide. The shocking part is they wanted her to cover the expenses herself. It sounded unbelievable. Interestingly, 50 Cent publicly supported her, saying he understood what it meant to be shut out by Oprah. He posted her photo online and urged people to support her return. He praised her stand-up performance and encouraged fans to attend her shows. Later, he demanded that Oprah and Tyler apologize, warning that he intended to help restore Monique's career. He made it clear that the situation had gone on far too long and that it was time for accountability.
So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, you may really want to consider promoting this film, because if you get nominated for an Oscar award, your next film is $3 to $5 million, and if you win it, your next film is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. Where do they pay those type of salaries, brother? I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I cannot go overseas and do this for free, Tyler. So then he goes on about his spiel, you know. I said, well, listen, you can write me the check for me to go overseas. I don't care where the money comes from, but I'm not going to do it for free. He says, well, I don't believe in giving money away for free. I said, I don't believe in working for free, so we're on the same page.
As if that situation wasn't bad enough, Oprah reportedly escalated things by inviting Monique's brother onto her show. Monique had previously accused him of abusing her when she was a child. Oprah also invited Monique's family members, despite Monique stating she no longer had contact with them because they originally sided with her brother.
For 37 years. And that is, I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her. And for that, I apologize.
Now, there's two parts to Oprah Winfrey that I haven't really spoken about publicly. The other part with Oprah Winfrey is, yeah, you let me get thrown under the bus and you said nothing. The other part is you mess with my family. You mess with my mother, my father. She called me about my brother, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, everybody can change. He wanted to apologize. She said, Monique, would it be okay that he comes on? And would you like to come on? I said, I don't want nothing to do with that cat, but I don't want to get in the way of his blessing. If he's changing, I don't want to stop that. She never said my mother. She never said my father. Now, I know who my parents were because they're both gone. I know who they are. I know my mother's greed. I know my father's greed. And you did not say that you were going to have my parents, because had you said you had my mother. Now, we had a conversation and I said to her, me and my mother are not in a good place. Now, she said some things to me about her mother and father, which I'll never repeat.
Then there was Dave Chappelle, who also claimed Oprah put him in an unfair situation. This happened after Dave appeared on her show following his decision to walk away from a $50 million Comedy Central deal. The fallout became so intense that Dave left the country to avoid the pressure. While explaining his story on Oprah's show, he said she repeatedly interrupted him and pushed him to admit to claims he said were false.
Increasingly paranoid. Would you say you were paranoid?
Sure. First of all, what is a black man without his paranoia attack? You might win $100 in a poker game and be on the subway. You're gonna look over your shoulder. They just said in everything I had $50 million. That's like making me a marked man.
So did you go to a psychiatric hospital?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Who? I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like,
But you were stressed out. That's
there's
why.
no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
But the stories didn't stop there. Taraji P. Henson also had her own difficult experience involving Oprah. Her situation closely mirrored Monique's. In 2023, Taraji spoke out about being underpaid while promoting The Color Purple. Later, she appeared on a show hosted by Oprah's close friend, Gayle King, and revealed she was considering leaving acting altogether. While Taraji was clearly emotional and struggling, Gayle reportedly dismissed her pain and made light of the situation instead of offering support.
And I heard on the street, Taraji, you had the audacity to say you're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over.
What Taraji didn't realize at the time was that she was unlikely to win a battle against Oprah's influence. If she had spoken to Monique, she may have known that already. And that's not all. There were also rumors that Oprah sabotaged Terrence Howard after he allegedly rejected her advances. In the 2013 movie The Butler, Oprah and Terrence played romantic roles. According to rumors, Oprah became personally interested, but Terrence did not feel the same way. If true, some believe Terrence contributed to the confusion during press interviews by making overly suggestive comments about Oprah.
To be able to make out with Oprah, to have love scenes with her and those tiggo bitties. I mean, she's such a lovely, voluptuous woman. So being able to, she's very, very, very beautiful. And that was wonderful. That was wonderful.
Many people criticized Terrence for those comments, feeling he was objectifying Oprah. However, Oprah appeared unbothered and even joked along with him. She openly stated she wouldn't mind spending time with him off camera if the feeling was mutual.
So I would have loved to have been rolling in the sheets with Terrence. I'd have liked to give that a try one afternoon.
Rumors later claimed Oprah didn't handle Terrence's rejection well and allegedly spoke negatively about him behind the scenes. Then there's Mariah Terry. Oprah couldn't block Mariah's career, but she allegedly repeated a familiar pattern. In a 2020 interview promoting Mariah's memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, Mariah shared deeply personal childhood trauma, family conflicts, and painful experiences. Viewers criticized Oprah for pushing Mariah to reveal extremely sensitive details on national television, accusing her of crossing boundaries for ratings.
You grew up in a house where you're constantly afraid, and you were able to figure out, literally as a little kid, sense when the violence was coming, right?
Yeah, that was a thing, and it's described, through the kind of the feeling of when it's a storm that's about to happen, and extremely violent, yes.
And unpredictably so. So the thing when you're living in an environment where you don't know where it's going to come from, you're always constantly walking on eggshells in a state of anxiety yourself. And a sister who, I don't know, how would you describe your sister?
I would say troubled. I would say traumatized.
Watching all of this unfold is Cat Williams, who many believe is preparing to expose even more. Cat is known for not making accusations without proof. Based on recent revelations, many think his claims hold weight. In a 2024 interview with Shannon Sharpe, Cat accused Oprah of being a gatekeeper who uses her power to damage careers. He claimed Oprah, along with Tyler Perry and Steve Harvey, manipulate the industry to silence those who don't comply.
When our people call out for help, we gotta understand. You know what I mean? Like we put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
It's unclear how much longer Oprah can avoid full accountability, but public patience seems to be running out. Many people are questioning her long-standing image. One person said she always gave off fake energy. Another said she should finally be held responsible for her actions. Now it's your turn. What do you think about these allegations and Cat Williams' claims that Oprah controls the industry? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out the related video linked here.